The Midnight Gardeners and the Case of the Wilted Roses. The Miller family's garden, which was once a vibrant tapestry of color and life, was slowly fading. Their prize-winning roses, the centerpiece of Mrs. Miller's pride, were now droopy and pale. Young Lily and Tom, who usually loved spending afternoons amongst the blooms, were disheartened. Mr. and Mrs. Miller researched what to do and tried everything to save their roses. One evening, as the moon cast long shadows across the garden, a tiny figure with a pointed red hat and a long white beard emerged from behind a patch of overgrown grass. It was Norman, the leader of the garden gnomes, a secret society of nocturnal helpers who had watched over the Miller garden for generations. "Something's wrong," Norman whispered to the other gnomes. "The roses are withering, and the humans are sad. Investigation is needed." The following morning, Lily noticed something unusual. A tiny trowel, too small for any human hand, was near the wilted roses. She carefully picked it up, feeling a tingle in her fingertips. Could it be magic? Who left the tiny trowel in the garden? Lily placed the trowel back where she found it and went back inside to help her parents research how to help the beloved roses some more. That night, Norman and his team, including Norbert and Nell, began their nocturnal investigation. They discovered a strange, shimmering dust on the rose's petals. It was a sickly green color and pulsed with an unsettling glow. "It seems to be affecting the plant's ability to absorb water and nutrients," Norbert concluded, examining a withered leaf under his magnifying glass. But where did it come from? The next day, Tom, ever the adventurous one, found a small, ornate bottle near the trash bin. It had a strange symbol etched into it, and traces of the same green dust clung to its surface. "This must be connected to the wilted roses," he exclaimed, showing the bottle to Lily. As the days turned into weeks, the mystery deepened. The gnomes worked tirelessly, trying to identify the green dust. They experimented with different remedies, but nothing seemed to counteract its effects. Meanwhile, the Miller children, inspired by the discovery of the tiny trowel and the strange bottle, started their own investigation. They spent hours poring over gardening books and examining the wilting roses, searching for clues. They even started leaving small notes near the gnome statues their mother loved so much, asking for help, though they weren't entirely sure if they believed in the magical creatures. The tension mounted. One night, Norman, while inspecting a suspicious patch of soil, heard faint whispering. He cautiously crept closer. Hidden behind a particularly bushy rosebush, he saw a shadowy figure sprinkling more of the green dust onto the roses. It was the grumpy Mrs. Gable, the Miller's neighbor, who had always been jealous of Mrs. Miller's prize-winning roses. Norman quickly retreated and reported his findings to the other gnomes. "We must act fast," he declared. "If Mrs. Gable continues her mischief, the entire garden will be lost." The gnomes devised a plan. The next night, as Mrs. Gable crept into the garden with her bottle of green dust, Norman, Norbert, and Nell sprang into action. Norbert, using his knowledge of herbs, quickly whipped up a powerful antidote, while Norman and Nell created a diversion, tripping Mrs. Gable with strategically placed garden tools. Startled, she dropped her pouch, spilling the entire full bottle of green dust onto her own lawn. To her horror, her grass immediately began to wither and turn brown where the bottle had spilled. The Millers, awakened by the commotion, rushed outside. They found Mrs. Gable trying to scoop up the powder before it spread to the rest of her perfectly manicured lawn, while the small gnomes hid behind the rose bushes. "What in the world is going on here?" Mr. Miller demanded, utterly perplexed. Mrs. Gable, humiliated and caught red-handed, confessed to her mischievous acts, admitting her envy of the Miller family's beautiful garden. With Mrs. Gable's secret exposed, the gnomes sprang into action once more. They quickly applied Norbert's antidote to the wilting roses, and within days, the garden began to revive. The roses bloomed brighter than ever, and the Miller family was overjoyed. Lily and Tom left offerings for the gnomes on a special rock they placed in the rose garden to show the gnomes how much they appreciated their help and support. Every once in a while, they would find a tiny, sparkling dewdrop on a fresh bloom, or a perfectly placed pebble along the garden path, a gentle reminder of the magical guardians who watched over their beloved garden. Please remember to like and subscribe to hear more fun and magical stories.